When you look at how they were getting out rebounded, especially, in that paint, it was imperative for me when you look at the Golden State Warriors, who can you get more rebounds from, right? Steph, Draymond, he is the most athletic player, maybe on the floor. If we really, it's like him, Jason Tatum, but I think he was like, hey, look, I'm just going to clean up the glass, and I think it's really kind of started his offensive rhythm over the last couple of games. Perk, what'd you see?
The biggest thing that I saw is that the Golden State Warriors have the best culture in basketball. When you talk about plug and replace, it don't matter. As long as you have Steph, Draymond, and Klay Thompson, you could put any of those pieces around them. And I think Steve Kerr and his coaching staff has done a tremendous job of getting the best out of others. We look at Andrew Wiggins, who J.J. Redick just talked about how important he was, not only in last night's game, but in Game 4. He outplayed Jason Tatum in both of those games, in my opinion. Then you look at Gary Payton II, his impact that he had. Otto Porter Jr. being inserted into the starting role when he wasn't with Golden State. People were saying what? He was overpaid, things to that nature. They find a way to get the best out of their role players. They find a way to bring the dog out of the role players. And all of a sudden, you see a great brand of basketball from players that were with other organizations that you didn't see. So it's the culture. They have the best culture in basketball.
There's not a lot of arguments right there, especially the run that's been on Matt. You're not one to shy away from saying, what's on your mind. What did you see? What's on your mind?
The reason why I picked Golden State in 7 in this series was because of their experience. And he just listed a whole bunch of things with their experience, but these guys didn't pan. If you think about Golden State has came out and dominated the third quarter in these finals as Boston has dominated the fourth. It was a role reversal this third quarter where they came out on a 10-0 run. Boston did to start and went on a 19-4 run to take the lead. But instead of panicking or getting bad shots, they were able to calm the storm. Jordan Poole hit a big buzzer beater to actually give them the lead going in the fourth quarter. And I knew it was going to be smooth sailing after that. So their experience, and then, again, their depth. Perk pointed on it. Scoring off the bench in Poole, what you expect, and then Gary Payton Jr. playing both ends, had a nice double-digit game. Klay was shooting the ball really well, and then what can we say about Andrew Wiggins, who's probably been the most consistent guy? Obviously, we don't want to overreact to one bad game for for Steph, but who's been the second most consistent guy for Golden State, doing it on both ends.
Well, and that's what when you get a guy like Wiggins, when you get contributions from Poole, Gary Payton, it allows for a star to have an off night. Right. So Steph Curry didn't shoot you out of it. He just didn't make his normal shots. And the reason why he didn't shoot you out of it is because he was able to take good shots because his teammates were contributing. Now, we're going to go to the oldest man on this panel, the man with the most years in NBA history, Vince Carter. What did you see?
Well, guys, what I saw is something that's been talked about for the last couple of days leading up to the game was the drop coverage. And JJ, I saw you on the other show talking about the drop coverage, but I felt like in this drop coverage here, you see how they were retreating early. To last game, Game 5, they were stepping up, contesting some of those shots while the contest was behind. And now you see Steph, who's great at passing, getting off the ball in double teams, allowing other guys to get going. And that's how Draymond, I thought, was able to get going because he gets now driving lanes because of Steph getting two guys on the ball. Now they go and pass, open shots, dunks, layups. The world was their oyster, and I thought that was the difference in seeing other guys get going as opposed to allowing Steph to get his and not allowing everybody else to have a decent game. Game 5, they had 4 guys who had very good games while Steph did not, and I thought that was a big difference.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.